Hi everyone, in today's video I will talk about troubleshooting Windows volume activation in Windows Server. So as you can see, I am on the official Microsoft documentation site when we have the article with troubleshooting Windows volume activation, and I will talk about it and I will tell you what should you do when you have a problem with Windows volume activation. As you can see, this article applies to every Windows Server version from 2025 until 2016, so it is accurate for most of us. For me, I am using Windows Server 2025. As you can see, here is my version, so for me it is also fine. So let's start. Troubleshooting Windows volume activation. First, we have the introduction. Second of all, we have the best practices for volume activation, and I will show you everything. So, product activation is the process of validating software after it's installed on a specific computer. Activation confirms that the product is genuine, not a fraudulent copy, and that the product key or a serial number is valid and has not been compromised or revoked. Activation also established a link or relationship between the product key and the installation. Volume activation is a process of activating volume licensed products. To become a volume licensing customer, an organization must set up a volume licensing agreement with Microsoft. Microsoft offers customized volume licensing programs that accommodate the organization's size and purchasing preference. For more information, you can go to the site with the Microsoft Volume Licensing Service Center if you are interested, for example, in purchasing a license. So, the Windows Server 2016 activation guide focuses on the key management service activation technology. This section addresses common issues and provides troubleshooting guidelines for key management services and several other volume activation technologies. So as you can see, this is an introduction. The Microsoft wrote here what is a product activation, what is a volume activation, and now we have the best practices for volume activation. And we have the following article provide technical information and the best practices, and the articles provide technical information and the best practices for Microsoft volume activation technologies. And now we have the key management service with the shorthand of KMS. And first of all, you have a plan for volume activation. I think I recorded video about this, so you can go and you can watch it. But here you have the plan, what you should do before the volume activation, I would say. Here you have the understanding KMS. So on this page you can know what is a key management service. Second of all, we have deploying KMS activation. So here you have an instruction how to deploy it if you are interested. The fourth one is configuring KMS host. So here you have the information how can you configure that. Here you have the command, for example, the second command. Here you have some options with the description. You have how to run, for example, slmgr.vbs remotely. I think I also recorded a video about this command and all the options that you can use with it in the previous video, so you can also go back and watch it. Now we have how to configure the DNS in the case of key management service. So you have published to multiple DNS domains, for example, manually create SRV records in DNS. And we have the last one is activate using the key management service. So this is how can you activate that. So configure KMS client version of Windows, and here you have all the commands that you will need in order to do it. So this is how it works. This is in terms of key management service. Here we have the second one, which is Active Directory Based Activation, ADBA. And now again, you have 3 articles, and you can go into it and you can find how can you do it. So how to deploy Active Directory based activation. Here you have everything. How to activate using Active Directory based activation, and how to activate directory based activation. You have the overview. So here you have how to activate that with a lot of information. For example, you have photos, and you can see exactly what you have to click in order to do it. On this side, we have the overview of Active Directory-based activation, so I guess this is the more general information in that case. And now, we have the multiple activation key, which is MAK activation. You have also 3 sites. How to use MAK activation in that case. Again, you have how to install, you have the comments, how to activate, and you can use this site. You have how to understand MAK activation. Also, you have some interesting options right there, and how to activate MAK clients. So you have some option of how you can do it. And the last one is subscription activation. In that case, it is not related with Windows Server because this is Windows 10. But if you are interested, it is related to Windows 10 and Windows 11, as you can see. But also you can do it here. You have the information of Windows subscription activation, of deploy Windows Enterprise licenses. But maybe it will be also interesting for you. So Windows Enterprise E3 in CSP. So this is how it looks like. You have the resources for troubleshooting activation issues. So for example, the following articles provides guidelines and information about tools for troubleshooting volume activation issues. So you have guidance for troubleshooting in the key management service. As you can see, here you have it. And you can see what you have to do if you have the problem with it. Here you have the slmgr option for obtaining the volume activation information. As you can see here, you have the site and the table with all the options. I recorded the video about it. I showed you that site in the video, and I showed you, for example, how to use this command, this XPR, this DLV, this DLE, DLI, I mean. So if you are interested, you can also watch it, but you have every option and every description to every option. So this site is also really useful, and you have the example of troubleshooting and the ADBA clients that do not activate. And I think I also recorded a video about this site, and I wrote you this I would say story of what didn't work and how to solve it. And we have the following articles provide guidance for addressing more specific activation issues. So we have resolving common activation error codes. So you have the error codes in Windows, of course. I also recorded a video about it. So you have the error code. Here you can find exactly what every error code that you can get in Windows during the activation means. So if you are going to get an error code, you can go to this site and you can check if this error code is here. If it is here, you have the error message, and you can click on the error code, and you will be moved to the part of the site when you have the error code, you have the cause of this error code, and you have the solution to this error code. So this site is also really useful, I think. We have the KMS activation and MAK activation known issues. So this is the, I would say, most common issues that you can get. And Microsoft create a site when you can actually check it and you can see how to solve them. You have the guidelines for troubleshooting DNS related activation issues. I didn't record it about it, but I will in the future. So you have the site and you can see what you need to do in order to troubleshoot DNS related activation issues. And you have the last one, which is how to rebuild the tokens.dat file. So if you want to rebuild it, also you have the information in the site of how you do it. So this is all in the video. This is how you can troubleshoot Windows volume activation issues. This site is really useful because you have everything right there in one place. So if you are interested, you can use it. And that's all in this video. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next videos.